All right, let's get into this because let's say, oh, the guy's not happy again or something. I don't, you know what? I just talked to my friend, Chris. He's a great guy and everything. When I explained to him the warrior mentality, this is a new thing that I'm really into, and he goes like, "Oh, be careful, be careful, be fucking careful." Okay, yeah, just go through life being fucking careful, and you're not gonna fucking have anything. That's really, really a real fucking way how to think. Again, and see, the problem is society telling you. Now he goes, well, so Mike, what you're gonna do? So if a woman walks out of a nightclub with a guy, you're gonna just what try to, grab her or something? You're gonna take her? No, no, you don't understand. I'm talking about approaches. Now it's gonna be kind of hard. Like I'm gonna make sure, like I'm not coming off like I you see, in a way, it's like I think it's like I'm doing who if she's with a guy, like I'm doing him a favor because what I'm doing is I'm testing him, like he needs, like they need. Everybody needs to be challenged and tested at times. Now, and well, who are you to go by? Who I am? I'm the guy. Yes, I'm the guy that's going to go after what I want out of life. And unfortunately, look, you go back far enough. I know we're not in the caveman days. Caveman take club, well, whoever pick up giant boulder, you know, what's that movie Caveman that Ringo Starr? I highly recommend it if you watch. You want to see it. He was like the little twerp. I think his wife, Barbara Bach or whatever, she was in it. And that guy, the big Duke, like he tried to kill that guy, like a little bit in the end he get, of course in a movie it's always that way. The wimp wins, the wimp. But I'll tell you something, life is not the movies. The wimp does not win. The wimp does not win in life because that's the problem. That's the problem. Now don't confuse underdog with wimp and stuff. Like, look, I know I talked about these stupid movies. There's a stupid. If you look at that there's a thing called Dave. Dave. It shows like this Bob Ross looking guy. He looks like a metrosexual. He's like standing, and it shows like with an animal, a giant heart on you. You look so stupid, like, and it's kind of like, this is the problem. You're laughing. It takes more and more to get people's attention nowadays because there's so much shit on TV. Now, if you go back to like the 50s, there wasn't. They only had like four shows on, like Beverly Hillbillies and whatever, Twilight Zone. They got more and more and more. And now it's like, you got so much crap out there. It's people like just for mindless entertainment. The point I said is mindless entertainment, mindless. You're not learning anything. You're not because so what happens is these stupid people, they have kids, and then those kids grow up with this mindless stuff, and guess what? The UFC Ultimate Fighting, is a fucking look. Martial arts used to be a serious thing. Like Bruce Lee was like he was a star. Like watch a little Green Hornet, Enter the Dragon and stuff. Look at the moves, man. I mean, just the flow and everything. Beautiful. It's an art. It was an art. What happened? The ultimate fighting not became this, bashing and using grappling moves and it's see and these kids watch this stuff. The young people that watch this stuff, and then what they do, they go out and they have a couple, and then they see somebody like me outside, like just kind of holding his ground, holding his frame, and saying, "I'll look at whatever I want." That's all it is. And then all this, would you, man? Would you? And the thing is, see, what I wasn't sure was I wasn't sure because like some of these kids, what they do, they take fucking grapple. They have schools, a lot of the grappling classes, ultimate fighting. Now again, as I said, I just got back into not just Shotokan, but like different types of what I do is because I stopped dancing. I'm modifying my body to understand how, and I watch a lot of Wing Chun stuff. Okay, if you're like the master dancer, that's all it is now is learning about body control and watching. I mean, it's so fast. Like I watch these fights where people like punch comes so quick. But like you get better and better. Now I'm not a very big. You don't have to be big to be strong and to defend yourself. It's possible. Look, I said this already in the last one. I hate fighting, but it's going to be inevitable because what's going to happen is I'm going to see a woman I'm attracted to. She's going to be with another guy. I'm going to go in and do kind of a cool approach, and the guy's going to get like, "Will you be mine?" Like a little man. Get out of here before I kick your ass. And I'm gonna say, well, then go right ahead. And if he tries, I'm gonna fucking kill him. And that's unfortunately that's what the warrior mentality is. Like you have to. My friend Chrissy goes, be careful. And I said, no, that's the title of this thing. Be careful. Okay, now this applies to everything in life, because then you start thinking, you be careful. Oh no, oh no, he's gonna he's gonna do something, he's gonna beat me up. Then in the market, when you see the woman by herself, let me wait till she's off the phone. Maybe I can approach it. This is 2021. No more be careful. You're gonna catch COVID. My mom, like people wearing 2 masks, these people. Now the older people, whatever, you get vaccinated? No. You do your research, you do. Oh no, that shit was airborne in March. Everybody's getting that shit because it's fucking. I know. Me and my friend walking in the air. Fucking idiots. These people. They don't do any research. They're listening to Fauci. Like the news. Don't you? This old guy the sergeant guy that told me. He goes, I'll look at whatever I want. And at what time he said, "Did you get your shots?" And I go, "No." He goes, "Don't you watch the news?" Don't you watch the news? Predicated on fear. There's a lot. I'm not saying the news is they're all lying to you, but they do anything just to keep your attention. That's what CNN. That's what it is. It's a round table of 4 people, like just going back and forth. Everybody's giving their thing, and they're not really. They are reporting. It's a small percentage. It's not like it was, because you see now there's advertising. If you go back far enough, what was it? The first show, like 60 Minutes. That was the first one. That was the first. Before that, it was real news, like the stuff that like this is what's going on. Now there is stuff like that, but do you understand? The news is predicated on fear, because fear is emotion. It keeps your attention. If it wasn't exciting stuff, why would you watch? I'm getting off topic, that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is I want to talk about getting your needs met as a man. That's what the most important thing is. That's why I call this channel Warrior Junior, because that's what it is. It's the Warrior Junior. Like I'm, taking off on the Ultimate Warrior, like, but I'm a junior. Like I'm using the mentality that he talked about in life to go after what you want and not be afraid. I got a friend, it's Felix. He's a great guy. He's big, yeah. But he gets into these fucking altercations with people. And I told him, I said, like all these people, like, don't get mad over things you can't control. Now, if I try to hit on the woman, and the best I can, and I say it's over, it's okay. I don't get mad about it. I don't get mad about if the guy becomes defensive. I'm not going to get mad about it. I can, but I do like to challenge people intellectually, though. And by that, I'll challenge if the guy goes, yeah, man, yeah. And I say, well, hey, you met her somehow. Why not giving me a little bit of advice? Make him think. You got to understand something. You know, people do help people, but then in many ways, people do not help people. They're very selfish. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a little with selfish. That word is misconstrued because when you're a kid, I remember going to like a daycare center and they said share, share, and then care center and they said, and then like and when you get older, it's like people don't share. It's all mine, man. You know, you think you're gonna go to Donald Trump and say, hey, share, give me one of those buildings. You got plenty of them. People don't share, and they don't share their women either. You know, so it's like they think that they own it. I think that's like the caveman. It goes back to what I talked about that show, but we're not in caveman times anymore. So, you know, what I'm doing is very interesting. This is a very interesting, what I call an experiment. Don't get killed, you know, with this. I kind of wouldn't be surprised, but you know what? I know I said it before. It's better to die on your feet than to serve on your knees. You know, my grandparents, they could have died in the concentration camps, you know, and I wouldn't be here anymore. So I look at it like, hey, you know what? I'm going for mine in life. I'm going for mine in life. I said this to like that woman, that first one I saw, the real nice, you know, that one at the Abbey Shop. I said, I'm not giving up. I'm going to say it again. I am not trying to say it without laughing, but I'm not giving up. Now, I gave up in that after I tried to hit on her. But what I mean by that, what I mean by saying not giving up is that in general, like those people, yeah, and I just made sure that I said it, you know, loud because I wanted myself to hear it, you know. I don't give a fuck if they don't want. I don't give a shit. Actually, I do. I win either. It's like I win either way. They heard the way I'm thinking, and I heard the way I'm thinking. One guy told me, "Don't raise your voice." Fucking tell me what to do, man. If it's bettering me, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I push myself. You know, I go to the gym. You see these same people doing the same thing. I get, you know, and it's good, you know, but let me tell you something, man. That atmosphere, that gyms used to be really dungeony, you know, no fucking, it was serious. Go back, look at the 70s, Gold's Gym, you know, I wasn't there to fuck around. Now it's like you go to these places, these people, like, but I do not get upset over things I can't control. Just because they all are like that and they just go there to waste time, I don't go there to waste time. I'm there to practice. I'm there to work on things. When I was dancing, I was fucking in there like, you know, when I go to the gym, you know, I make it kind of brief, hour and a, you know, between when I was bodybuilding, I was dead fucking focused. I was fucking, that's, you know, I knew exactly how to train, what to do, bam, maximum in and out. Not there to hang out, not there to waste time. You don't waste time in life. You only get so much of it. And the young people don't realize that. Those people that picked on me are wasting their time, you know, getting too old to waste time. You only get so much time to do anything. And this is what I choose to do with my time. This is like what really bothers me. If something really bothers you, you have to attack it, you know, like go after it. Because if it doesn't, it festers and it usually gets worse. You know, I'm not talking about my good friend, you know, he got big, you know, like, but everybody has their challenges. I got mine, you know, everybody has theirs. And, you know, I said he's buying, like, you know, he's putting gas in his car, getting a big drink or something. I said, why don't you just get regular water, man? It's just like a sparkling water. That's you, you know, I'm listening, you know, you're listening, it's good, but that was for you, Phil. But you have to challenge, you know, and you have to challenge whatever it is, you know, whatever. A lot of people won't. They won't. It's too hard. I can't is a very famous, you know, like I can't do it. It's a real popular. friend goes, "Be careful," is what he said. He's a good guy. Again, Chris, great dude, but no idea of law at all. No idea in warrior mentality. No idea. No idea. This is like, what's that guy, Dan Pena? He's really okay. He's something. Dan Pena, like hard as nails kind of guy. Like, I'll fucking tear your head off kind of thing. Now, be it all, there are repercussions. I know there are, like, the way if those guys would have came after him, that guy was staying there, he would have killed him. And then you go to jail. Then okay. This is where the only thing, now again, everything that I'm saying that I'm going to do is not against the law. Those guys, what they fucking did, they should have been, for getting in my, they should have been like arrested or something, but nobody comes to help you. That's why I have to do, if nobody's going to come to help you, then I have to help myself. So, why did I come up with this? Why did I come up with this? And well, I'm going to go right in there when I see the beautiful woman. I don't care. I'm going to go. Because nobody's going to help you. That's why. Well, you got to be, I have a friend, he's a little more laid back. He's an older guy. He says, you got to be more charming. You got to be more charming. And I said, I agree with you, but you're not understanding. You can't get to charming till you crack through, till they know who you are. And they're not going to know who you are unless you do like a really good approach. And you're not going to do a good approach if you start overthinking. And that's my problem, because it's not easy. I watch other guys do their approaches. I watched this one guy went up to, and I hate using races and stuff, but you can't generalize. You can't say, well, this black guy did that. And you're not all that. You don't understand. They're not all like this, and they're not all like that. Not all Jewish people are like that. Not all Russian people are like that, or anything. Not everybody's like everything. You can stereotype every race you want, but that doesn't matter. Okay, what matters is me. Like getting what I like. And by the way, I like all races. So that's the funniest thing of all. Is like, but I notice different races have different demeanors. I notice a lot of Asian women, they're very like, kind of reserved. I notice a lot of women of color, they're very direct. They're different. I notice like a lot of the white women, they're kind of like, kind of a conservative, but depending on things, everybody's different. But it's all supposed to be the same. But I don't think about those things. What I think about is I look at the women that here, thank you. I look at, the ones that I like, and I go after it. That's what's important. Okay? You're going to get resistance. Was it in Star Trek, the Borg? Resistance is futile, they said. There's a lot of great, like a lot of great truth in a lot of these analogies. I grew up with all that stuff. Even my friend Felix here that's on here, he's a great guy. I wish him well. But again, I don't want to get off topic, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go to the gym, and again, so working on fighting skills. Working on, defensive skills. It's just for confidence sakes. It's not to get into fights and altercations, but you get into these things, you have to focus on the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal, to get the women I'm attracted to. That is the ultimate thing. And if you analyze the difficulty of it, it's going to be those asteroids getting in your way. They're going to get in your way. I mean, it's just the way it is. You know, it's funny because I talked about, the women I try to approach, and then the other guys try to come into the frame. And I put my hand out like this. Then I create that confrontation. I create this whole thing. Well, I can't stop people from talking. So they say, okay, what you should do is position your body with your back toward them. Box them out. I think I did that one time. Some guy pushed me, like, or he moved it, like he knew what I was trying to do. Nightclubs are the most, and I'm talking, dude, from a master dancer's perspective of somebody that has HDV, high demonstration value. Like when I would get down, women, they would come to me. But the problem, again, I talked about this. I was very arrogant and everything, and they generally weren't what I was typing. It doesn't matter. You want to talk about the past, go back. It's an irrelevant thing. It's like a boat that's going forward. If you're not the captain, and looking ahead, then you're focusing on the wake, what's behind. And people do that. They go and they look at the wake. But that's done. It's in the past. That's all you have control is the present and the future. Who's that guy? Captain Phillips said, it says, I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now. Now think about that Ethiopian guy that said that. Or whoever, Somalian pirate or whatever. That guy was like a taxi driver or something like that, and he like tried to begin acting, and they said, come on, what are you? You're an average, skinny, you're not gonna. That line, do you know how famous that guy became because of that line? Everybody knows that line. I'm the captain now, like that's a famous, everybody knows. His ship came in. No pun, that's a pun, pun intended. His ship came in. Now, the thing is that we're not going to get off topic. We're going to keep talking about what I'm mind struggle. My thing that, and again, it's not, I'm not angry. I have a passion for life. That's what this is. It's a passion to go after what you want. Because, for most people, it's money. I got to make money. I got to make money. I know how important money is. But think about this, it's really controlling you. Well, everything costs money. I have to have. I know that. I know everything costs money. But what I'm talking about, I don't think costs money. I think it costs more of like personality, energy. The problem is. We're you're looking at the women and you're seeing these guys in this area, they're driving around Lamborghinis on high-end cars or whatever, and they're getting because they have money. Okay, well, I don't. So like that's not the only way. I mean, you have to believe that you have to believe in yourself, that you don't have to go along and do the same fucking shit as everybody else. And that's the problem. Is when you try to do something different, people are gonna fucking, if your friends are gonna tell you be careful, is what they're gonna say. This is not jumping off a fucking bridge, okay, that I'm talking about. And one guy said, well, to kill yourself is it takes a lot of courage to do that. No, it doesn't. It takes a lot of pain. Is what it takes. Those people that commit suicide, they're in pain, mental pain and stuff. It's awful. And I talked about that 40-year-old virgin thing. That's something, some guy would be in a lot of pain. That wouldn't be a joke, like a movie, like they make it out to be. Some stupid problem watching all these movies, and you think movies are real life, is what people think. And it's not. There's elements of truth in there. Probably when they write the script, a written thing, because it's real like that. But then when it's made to be a joke, a comedy, drama, horror, you know, was it Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you know, that nonsense. You're wrong. It's not. You have to fight against it, against society, what they tell you. In the right way. Creatively. If you're not breaking the law, why can't you do it? If you're not breaking the law, why can't you do it? Because society tells you you can't. If I see a woman in the market, like, and then she's like, then there's the guys in front, she's in line. I can't just go right, you know, well, you're cutting in between. I know that. But my point is, I go after, this doesn't happen all the time. And my friends that are overanalyzers like this, they're not, they're gonna go, you know, I don't know. They'd rather watch porn. They rather, that's their thing. You know, it's good for them. Because you know why? Because they can't get the real thing. They can't. You know why they can't? Because in their mind, they said I can't. That I can't is like the most crippling thing in life. It'll keep you from ever having anything. You don't have to ask anybody for advice. They don't know. You're already built in your mind with an internal computer that's going to tell you what to do. But it's easier to take the easy way out. Convenient. And that's what we live in, the society of the convenient and easy. Very hard, you know. I told you, I went all the way to Irvine, went all the way to Anaheim. Most guys are going out to clubs to try to meet women. They're not there to dance. I would try to do both. You can't do everything. You don't get enough lifetime. You can't be everything. You can't be a chef, a rocket scientist. Was that Frank Sinatra? That guy. I was a pauper, a poet, a puppet, the puppet. I picked myself up and I get back in the rain. That's life. And at the end he goes, and I roll up into a big ball and die. Okay, whatever. It's Frank Sinatra. You know, it's okay, whatever. But there's a truth in this music. There's truth in music too. But you got, and I know I heard one time he was in Vegas. He was sitting, I don't know, in some casino with the Rat Pack, and some guy looking at him like this, and then Frank Sinatra goes, "What are you looking at?" You know, people. It's so weird. It's so weird that people, they get very defensive. You know, like, you're looking at me, you're looking at me. You know, like, and meanwhile the gays, it's looking at you. It's a sign of affection. You know, and so. But I don't, you know, when they look at me, you know, I don't, you know, say, what are you looking at? You know, shows your character weakness. Shows you're allowing somebody to break your frame. When you become defensive, you're allowing somebody to break your frame. Now, again, I'm not perfect, okay? Because I told you, what that sergeant guy told me, that you know, the guy that, sergeant, I don't know, up the block, the old guy. It's old school. You know, when somebody says, "What are you looking at?" Whatever I want. You know, like, that's the fucking, you know, it's a great answer, but people are not prepared for a great answer. They can't. They're not. It's like they're willing. You know, it's funny. I had a friend, God rest his soul, Jeff. You know, he's passed away, but he's a fighter. He was a boxer too, martial arts. He said, "You got to be willing. If you're willing to give it, you got to be willing to take it." You know, and there's a lot of truth to that, a lot of truth. And those people that give those comments like that, they're not willing to take it, you know, so fuck them, you know, and I don't go around, I'm not there to start fights. Because you see, I know this, if you waste all of your energy on dudes, then you're not going to put your energy into the women. That's what this is all about. That's why I started this channel. That's why all of these people are listening. You have to, good people, See, the thing is why not many people are going to listen to this is because people are very set in the ways of thinking. They're already, that's it. It's like, okay, this is what I was taught. This is what I saw. This is what I've seen. This is what I believe. And that's it. That's all. There's no epiphany. Like people, they're not going to change. Now, I kind of like what I learned was over about a couple years, about good 2-3 years of reading, research, and learning of how people deal with these situations. Because there's no way you're going to go through life and somebody's not going to throw a curveball at you. Sir, can I help you? Sir, can I help you? Sir, they're going to keep repeating. It's called needling. They want to get a rise out of you, whether they realize it or not. They're going to break your frame. They want a reaction. They want to see how you're going to react. Most people are not fucking warriors, not a fucking or a professional fighter, like, and even them, they don't go around mad, they have their skill, and God help you if you come into their frame, they're gonna fucking kill you. Those are people that are far and few between. But my point is that a professional has seen it all. Like they know. They're not a goylem. Now, I'm not saying most men are goylem. I don't know. But I'm telling you, like, I feel that if I don't do the warrior mentality, like when I go out with trying to meet women and everything, no matter what, just, hey, if she's the one I like, I don't care, then I'm a goylem. Then you are real. You're not taking any chances. And if you don't take chances in life, then there's no reward. Now, as a gambler, I normally talk about this, but I took tremendous risks. A poor person, relatively poor person, bringing $10,000 and pressing it. If that's not taking a risk, I don't know what is. I thought it's calculated risk, but it doesn't matter. That endeavor, that life, it doesn't work for me. That requires some of those pros. They have discipline, whatever. That's nor here nor there. It's not who I am. It became very unhealthy for me. I don't think going out there trying to do approaches is unhealthy. I think it's actually a good thing. It's but a lot of people not going to understand that. They're going to say, "Oh, but she's with somebody. She's with, they're not married." How do I know? Because once you start thinking about everything, you're going to think your fucking way out of everything. It goes for anything in life. You're going to talk yourself out of it, because that's the mind. If you go back to the primordial soup, after the human beings, we have the fight or flight thing. And so in our mind, we're thinking, unless I'm supposed to do this, I'm not going to, because I'm taking a chance. And a chance leads to the unknown. And what's in the unknown? What you've seen on television, what's in your worst nightmares, which almost never is the case. You know how many times I've gone to the hospital? I thought for sure, oh my God, I have this for sure, 100%. I know I've got this. I went to the doctor, took a look at me, and get you some ointment, man. What are you talking about? I was so sure, because in my mind, I programmed for that, the worst case scenario. Wow, from watching fucking ridiculous things. Television is creative. They know how to keep your attention. So it keeps you with it keeps you hooked. It's like watching porn. It's the same thing. It hooks you in. because you're watching it, you're thinking, man, I wish that was me. I wish I could be there in that situation. And I know, believe it or not, I've had what I call miracles where I've been with some of those women and I've been able to do some of those things. And then you have to pay money. And then after it's over, and then you leave and you're saying to myself, okay, wow, all right, at least I got the experience. That was fun. But then life goes on. And life goes on and you're not satisfied. You're like, well, how come I can't get a woman like that all the time? What's wrong? Well, because you're watching something that's not real is what you're doing. You're watching something that's not real. And you want it to be real. It never is going to be. And the problem is now we have this, the computer, everybody's on there. Everybody's like, what's it, Chapterbait? Chap. That was like, that's all, folks. So see, not all. It's not. I'm they'll say I'm kind of funny too. But I take things. I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I just have a passion for life. When I'm very determined, when I'm very goal oriented, and I'm very focused, I just don't let people get in my way. Now, you don't. This is the problem. Is we're not living in the Roman times. We're not living in the times of the Caesar. Like the fucking. We have laws and stuff. So, you have to understand. You can't take your sword and if there's a guy in your way, you can't. You can't do that. It doesn't work that way nowadays. But there's ways to go around them mentally, just to get them out of the equation. If look, Stallone said, society will keep you to your knees, beat you there, beat you to your knees, and keep you there if you allow it. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. Challenge yourselves. Anyway, that's all for now. Warrior Jr. signing off.